You may or may not have been looking for the movie, but here it is, the movie. This ain't the movie. This is the movie. And I'm extremely disappointed in how things went down in this situation. I'm extremely disappointed that millions of people still don't understand what happened. Some of y'all saying right now, yeah, I still don't know what happened. Don't worry, because this movie is going to help you understand what you need to know. Since the beginning reports, there was always an air of cloudiness. This is what happened. That is what happened. People taking sides, people arguing, but what are they arguing over? An incomplete picture. You need to see the timeline of how information was distributed and how it was accepted or rejected on a massive level. We need to go back to the beginning, which is not only the beginning view for Ferguson, but the beginning view for the world. August 9, 2014, in Ferguson, Missouri, Michael Brown, an 18-year-old unarmed black man, was fatally shot by Darren Wilson, a 28-year-old white police officer of the Ferguson Police Department. As more details came out, we look at it again. An unarmed 18-year-old black man, Michael Brown, was walking down the street with his friend Dorian Johnson. A cop saw them, Darren Wilson, and he told them to get the F on the sidewalk. Michael Brown told him they were almost at their destination, so they continued walking. The cop noticed, slammed the brakes, and hit reverse back into their direction. They hear him say something to the effect of, "What did you say?" Then Johnson says the officer attempted to thrust his door open, but the door slammed into Brown and bounced closed. This resulted in a scuffle between the two, with Michael Brown running away after being shot, then stopping to put his hands up saying, "I don't have a gun, stop shooting." The cop continued to shoot. Throughout the entire altercation, 12 shots are said to be fired.
My nigga over, dog. What the fuck? And then he kicked the door open, tried to hit him with the door. Door flew back, hit his leg, bro. He shot. He pulled his gun out, shot inside the car, trying to hit him. He got out the car, bro. Dude on his knees like this, like, bro, don't shoot him. Bro, don't shoot him. Dude shot him dead in the head, bro. Then walked up to his body, shot him 4 more times, looked at his eyes, paused for a minute, shot him 4 more times. Yeah, bro. Bro, yeah.
See what led up to the shooting. When you showed up on the scene, the altercation was already in progress. But we have video that I believe you shot of what happened. Let's take a look at this and you can tell us what you saw. What is this?
Okay, what I saw was when the cop and Michael were like wrestling through the window. It looked as if Michael was pushing off and the cop was trying to pull him in. Then the cop shot a fire through the window. Michael breaks away and he starts running away from the officer. The officer gets out of his vehicle and pursues Michael as he's shooting his weapon. Michael jerks his body as if he was hit. Then he turns around, faces the officer, and puts his hands up. And the officer continues to shoot him until he goes down to the ground.
That first shot that you heard, did that come from the police car?
Yes, ma'am.
And could you tell who fired that first shot?
Well, when I looked out the window, I saw the original tussle going on. I quickly just turned around, grabbed my purse, tried to run to the other window. And at that time, it was over with. I heard the shots fired, and I saw the hole with the building in it, and Michael was running down the street at that time.
The hands up, don't shoot movement is born. And if you blink, you ain't gonna miss it. Because when you open your eyes up, you still gonna see the people with their hands up. And it ain't just in one place. Oh no, not just in St. Louis. You can see it going on in New York. Hands up, don't shoot. Here you go, you can see it at another angle. And here we go right here. I don't think St. Louis got palm trees. And then you even got the celebrities throwing it up here. And wouldn't you know it, even in Hong Kong. Well, now all we need is Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. Don't nobody need no Al Sharpton. Whether you were fat Al Sharpton or skinny Al Sharpton, in a real suit or in a jogging suit, you still won't be a leader. I didn't hear your sellout behind say anything meaningful the whole time. The man just be up there making noise. Y'all better not clap to that. What kind of civil rights leader is this joker? He walking around thinking he a Martin Luther King or something. This man ain't got no quotes. Never hear any of his quotes. You right. We gonna need Jesse Jackson then. Jesse Jackson?
This bond.
Hey, you marching today with us, or you just gonna sit in the car?
Because we haven't seen you marching at all, Jesse. We ain't seen you. When you gonna stop selling us out, Jesse? We don't want you here in St. Louis. When you gonna stop selling us out, Jesse? No, ain't no wait a minute, brother. This is real. We activists out here. We activists out here, brother. This is real. We don't want you here. You're not a leader. You're not a leader. We don't want you here, brother. Matter of fact, you're not even a brother. You can keep moving and get them brothers out of jail. That's what you could do.
These jokers are useless. The best quote I heard from somebody came from Nelly. You mean Down Down Baby Yo Street in the Range Rover, Nelly? Yeah, that Nelly. He said, I'd rather overthink than overreact. And that's a key quote to understand, which brings me on to this. Ferguson riots. You need to know these 3 things about the Ferguson riots. It's made up of different types of people. I'm not talking about races either. I'm talking about the motives, the intentions. On one hand, we got the peaceful protesters who are there with a legitimate concern over police killing an unarmed 18-year-old with his hands up, left him dead on the ground for 4 hours. Now, I know what you want to say. You want to say, well, there's other stuff in the story that actually happened. Yeah, but the fact remains that this is the story that people are reacting to in these protests and riots. The hands up, don't shoot. We already saw the pictures. The next type of people we got are the fake paid protesters.
What I'm about to show you right here blows the whole thing out of the water. It proves without a doubt that there is a orchestration taking place, and as you can see right here in front of you, these are not the protesters. These are members of the new Black Panthers that are being told by their militant leader to launch these Molotov cocktails at police. And you want to know what gets even crazier about it? Is their leader's been caught working with the head of the police, Ron Johnson. Guys, remember him? Made that big emotional speech to the people, said he would see them out there, this and that. This man standing next to Ron Johnson is the leader of the new Black Panthers. And guys, don't get it twisted. They have no affiliation with the original Black Panthers. They actually say that this new Black Panther movement is illegitimate, that they are divisive, militant, and violent. So why is the leader of this group working hand in hand with Ron Johnson? This is an orchestration right in front of your face. The whole world needs to see this. This is how they did it in the Ukraine. They bring in a third party. They divide the people, and they start popping off shots at both sides. These men are weaving up into the crowd, and they are launching from the crowd these Molotov cocktails and even firing live rounds at the police. Now, what do you think the police are going to do in return? They're going to return fire.
Taking out a guy who reportedly trying to throw bricks at cops that are moving in on the protesters.
He's not a protester. He's not a protester. He's not a protester.
We're trying to throw a brick.
He's not a protester. He's not a protester. He's not a protester, bro.
Get your brick.
He's on rush. Get your ass
I didn't throw anything.
He's on rush, police. Get your ass over here. Get the fuck.
And last but not least, even though I shouldn't say least because they might think they need something else, the hot mess ghetto.
Lulu Wednesday. The Lord. Wow.
And look, they're going to burn down the stove. Some old unnecessary stuff. Don't you know you have to shop here for Michael Brown? No, that's not for Michael Brown. Jokers be stealing the dumbest stuff. Like, what you get, man? Lamp post. Lamp post? What you gonna do with that? Look at this, just a hot mess. What could you possibly be stealing from a gas station store? This joker right here stealing Ruffles and Truffles. Come on now. And this man right here, no, he don't have the Trayvon Martin shirt on. What is my point? Well, the point is there better not ever be a situation like Ferguson again. We got to be smarter than that. Look, Ferguson was taken over by the cops. They had a national emergency with a curfew. They had the National Guard coming through, and they still coming through. No fly zones. And then you get the government want to act like the solution is more police. Then you get the police showing up, and they're over there paying more attention to the peaceful protesters than the looters. See, they want us to face against each other, black versus white. But when you really look at it, it's stupid because it's just skin color. These people will use your emotions against you. You got the grand jury coming out with the verdict that Wilson is not guilty. Joker's just standing around waiting to react. Walgreens didn't get burned down until you were told to. Joker's stealing hair weave, destroying people's businesses. Do you know how hard it is to have your own business in these times? Talk about no justice, no peace. Yeah, you're right. I don't see no justice. Somebody can't go to work in the morning. Riots are not the solution. And if it didn't work the first time, then it ain't going to work the second time. Lying jokers. Then they said Darren Wilson was severely beaten by Michael Brown to the point of having a fractured eye socket. Don't see none of that. And then they waited till all of the destruction happened, and now they want to release it. See, I blame the media because their main agenda is to keep people divided. And as you can see with these two different headlines, one of them is clearly trying to incite more race anger.
And the motherfuckers want to talk about he was running from the police. For one of my niggas shorts way down here, he got on flip-flops. How the fuck he running from the police? Ferguson Market up here. They talking about he stole some Rello. Bro, Rello
they say he stole it from Quick Trip.
Hey, can we stop playing dumb just for a little while? What are the odds that somebody who look exactly like Michael Brown is hanging with somebody who look exactly like Dorian Johnson around the same area, getting Rellos? Now, I don't know if he's stealing them or whatever, but we have video footage here, and what the heck is that? That's messed up. Dorian said Michael Brown was gentle, but that's clearly not gentle, and that's clearly Michael Brown. Look at the flip-flops. But the store owner said it wasn't him. Of course he gonna say that. He don't want people tearing down his place. That physical assault on the store owner happened at 11:51 a.m. and the altercation with Darren Wilson happened at 12:01 p.m. to 12:03 p.m. So what you have with Brown is moving from one high adrenaline, highly aggressive situation which poured right over in the altercation with Wilson. Now what Wilson is saying about Mike looking like Hulk Hogan is straight up garbage because both of them are 6'4". But one part of his story matches a witness.
You gotta eat. I ain't dead. I gotta eat.
Police kept dumping him. I'm thinking that the police missing. Like he's like.
Lord rest his soul. He gone. There go his mama out there.
At least 5 shots. Next thing I know, I think he's missing. The police shot him. Next thing I know, I think he's missing. Dude started running, kept coming towards the police.
You see, the witness says dude kept coming towards the police. He didn't say nothing about hands up, don't shoot. Wilson's side said Brown slammed the door on him instead of it bouncing off like Johnson said. He also said Brown punched him in the face and that they were fighting over the gun, which I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because Brown comes off as one of those disrespectful 18-year-olds who think they are invincible. That video we saw of him attacking the store owner was him on a random day. So when I hear the mother say he wouldn't do anything to provoke anyone to do anything to him and he wouldn't do anything to anybody, somebody need to tell her to watch that video again because clearly he will. Fact remains they were fighting. And you know good and well that if somebody is fighting with a cop, there is a chance he might get shot, especially if he is reaching for a gun. So if we're going to protest, we're going to have to do it right. Hands up, don't shoot, don't match this case. We could have said it if they didn't have that fight. Now, we definitely can't say that if Brown was actually coming back towards the cop like that one witness said. So how about we just got into a fight but don't shoot? And had the media emphasized that they were in a fight earlier, we wouldn't even had all these crazy riots. See, they loosely presented the story and let people run with the hands up, don't shoot, then release the other information after the damage had already been done. Red Silver J, all I gotta say.